Okay, here we go. And good Friday afternoon, all early evening, everyone. Meteorologist Hutch Johnson here with a fast forecast update as we do have a chance of some showers and rumbles of thunder as we head into the evening hours. I'll have details on the timing and the track of that. We'll look at temperatures as we cool things off a bit coming up next.
Now, a Hutch's Weather Update with Chief Meteorologist Hutch Johnson, brought to you by Robert Gibb and Sons.
Hey, did you know my friends at Robert Gibb and Sons will get you a free water heater when you upgrade your heating and cooling units? Make sure your water don't go cold and, well, have worry-free operation of most of your house's mechanical. Call Robert Gibb and Sons. Let them know Hutch sent you. All right, let's take a look at what we have going on our forecast. First, we're going to track our chance of clouds and showers heading into the overnight hours. Here we go. Looking off to the west, we do have this batch of clouds working its way out of northeast parts of Montana and into central North Dakota. So Minot, Brandon, Manitoba could see a few rumbles of thunder. We'll check out the latest radar here as to what's going on right now in a moment. But as we cross through the evening hours, a few along the international border possible. Anywhere along these systems, we could see a renegade shower, but the best chance will be north of the international border and on our international border counties up there. So all the way from, say, Cavalier, right out through Botno, and all the way to Crosby, North Dakota. Now, this is a look at the 10 o'clock time frame, zooming in on the area of interest. Some of these storms look to be fairly stout, but the atmosphere is not too unstable in these areas thanks to the fact that it's already cooled off significantly. So the risk of severe is quite low heading into the overnight hours. Now, this shower activity spreads eastward as we go through the overnight hours. Manitoba will get the brunt of the heavier rain that will be measurable, but we're going to have hit and miss showers to begin your Saturday morning. This is 5 o'clock in the morning. And then as we head through the mid-morning hours, they continue to skirt their way eastward into northern portions of Minnesota, leaving behind it a cooler burp of air out of Canada for many, but not all. Now, as we go through the day, the shower and thunder shower chances will exit off to the east. Notice this northwest flow. That's your wind direction as we go into the day for tomorrow. I'll get to your questions here in a moment, but right now I'm going to go ahead and pull up a look at some temperatures that we're going to be looking forward to overnight. So passing showers in the forecast as we showed you. Look at the cold pool making its way in 40s in the western half of North Dakota. And same thing goes for eastern Montana. Once we get in the eastern half of the state, 50s to near 60 for morning temperatures, and the lemon lime colors generally mean it's going to be fairly uniform here in the east, fairly uniform out in the west, passing showers mainly to the north-southeast winds here in Fargo and in Grand Forks ahead of the system. But as you look out to the west, if you're in Montana, those winds will be coming from the west or northwest as we start your Saturday. The wind will be increasing as we go through your day from the northwest, and temperatures are going to suffer a setback in our northern and western counties here in the valley and points east. Still pretty warm though. Twin Cities, mid-80s if you're heading out in that general direction. Lakes country, expect the temperatures there to be generally near 70 degrees. Likewise for Fargo Moorhead, afternoon temperatures on your Saturday near 70. We cool off into the upper 60s in Fargo. Some of us will be down in the lower 60s north of Highway 2. It looks very dry for the next several days, a very quiet trend of weather, but we do warm it back up after hump day of next week. Check it out. Even a chance at some 80s returning as we get into the latter portion of next week. So that's a look at what's going on in the forecast with regards to that. Now we're going to take a look at some radar detail with the current conditions on the radar. So let me pull that up here real quick. My definition of real quick might not be as handy as you like, but here we go. Okay, now as we take a look at the radar, what we're going to notice is that we have showers working their way out of the big sky country of Montana, and these are some stout storms. Here in the afternoon hours while we're in the heating of the day, we do have a couple of them that are strong to even severe in Havre with some gusty winds, the main threat. Here is a wind report, 64 mile per hour winds. Now, these storms are in an environment where the winds are gusting from the west and northwest already at 40 miles per hour. It doesn't take much for these storms to produce those gusts heading along the Highway 2 corridor towards Harlem and eventually Glasgow. This is the same activity that will be spreading our way overnight. In North Dakota, if you're up in the Botno County area, we do have a shower working its way through West Hope right now. Looping the radar shows that its general speed of movement and motion is from west to east across the area. And as we head into the overnight hours, those showers will also continue to trek off to the east as we go through. We do have some McLean County showers out here showing up on the radar. I doubt very seriously that a lot of that is making its way down to the ground. And to resume your right now conditions, let's take a look at those current dew points across the area. This is how muggy it feels. We have swept away the 50, 60, and 70 degree dew point temperatures, and check it out. Dew points are in the 30s out to the west. That's really dry air in the oil patch in southwestern parts of North Dakota. And even across Minnesota, gone are the dew points in the 50s and 60s, folks. That's pretty dry air. So those showers moving through, yes, we'll have measurable rain, but the chance of 1 to 2 inches of rain with air that's this dry are not very good. So that's the good thing about the showers that we're expecting to make their way through the region. And in fact, let's go ahead and take a look at that forecast of rainfall by the National Weather Service here as we pull up a look at that. Now, this is basically what they're expecting as we go through the 24-hour period. So I will go ahead and loop through time here on their forecast. Let me see. Here it is. Okay, so this is precipitation amounts, and you can see that here in North Dakota, there just isn't too much showing up. Near Lake of the Woods, they have a little bit as we go through your forecast period on Saturday. I do think we'll see some hit and miss renegade type showers along the north. How much shower is this? We're talking 1/10 to 2/10 of an inch of rain underneath those storms, which fits what we were talking about moments ago. Therefore, let's go ahead and talk a little bit about our risk of strong storms in the area as we go through the night tonight, and that is very low. The best chance of storms is where we have them now, northern Montana into northwestern North Dakota. Overnight, you see the green that's flashing here. That's garden variety thunder showers in our area. We could see a couple of strong storms that will flirt with severe criteria from Chicago and Fort Wayne straight down into the Boot Hill of Missouri. Also western Kansas, southern parts of Iowa, down into, well, not far from northern parts of Oklahoma. So that's where we'll see some marginally severe storms. Otherwise, just hit and miss showers are in the forecast. And that's your forecast for severe weather today. Now, heading into your Saturday, the severe weather will possibly return to Iowa and sneak into southeastern parts of Minnesota. Then closing out your weekend on Sunday, let's look at that day 3 forecast for severe weather. Again, this is Sunday, Central Plains, and we are extremely quiet here in the northern plains. Look at the nation, mostly quiet as we glide through the weekend. Okay, now let's take a look at your questions. So we'll go ahead and do that and see. Again, drop me a note and let me know if you are checking in, where you're watching from. I see just a ton of you out here right now. Kathy, good to have you. Cheryl, good to have you as well. Watching from Grafton and Park Rapids, respectively. Hi, Brenda, good to see you. Bring on the cool. I am with you. Whew, it has been warm and a little on the muggy side. Does Grafton have a chance for rain? Well, there is a chance anywhere north of Highway 2 in particular. So I'd say Grafton, there's a chance of some showers as we go through the overnight, and particularly in the wee hours of the morning through mid-morning. Minot rains is requested by Brenda, so we'll do all we can to get you some showers tonight. Jerry says, the pineapple plants need some rain in Breckenridge. Can you really go grow a pineapple here in Breckenridge, Minnesota? All right, even Breckenridge, Colorado would have a hard time growing pineapples, but maybe. Brian, thank you for your sharing of stars. It's good to see you on board as well. Marion, so much. Appreciate it very much. And now, Brenda, a couple more days of cool weather, and Faye is joining from the Cormorant area. So that is a look there. I think that answers the questions. I'll have an update again later this evening as we check out that radar and keep our eyes on the skies for that. As far as your forecast details go, you can always get the very latest by checking out Hutch's Weather. HutchesWeather.com is my brand spanking new website, and it keeps you ahead of any storms. On Hutch's Weather, if I'm broadcasting live like I am right now, and you load it up, you're going to see, oh, by golly, Hutch is forecasting live right now. Otherwise, your current area's forecast for today and the next 7 days is up in the right-hand corner. You also can check out the beautiful fall colors. Let's do that together because we can. Now, this is the map from the Department of Natural Resources in Minnesota. There's no map that's ready for this or has this ability in North Dakota, I'm afraid. But you can take a look and notice this. The yellow colors you see in northwest Minnesota, 25 to 50% of the color is there. You're looking for the reds to start showing up. That is the peak peak colors. And folks, already we're starting to see that this is certainly taking off in the northern part of Minnesota. Your interactive radar is so cool. You can hold both mouse buttons down. If you're using your phone, you can put 2 fingers on your phone and push up, and it will tilt the earth, just like we do it here on Hutch's Weather. You can scroll around, see what's going on in your neck of the woods, and let's go check on those Montana storms. Whoop, ripping through Havre, heading in towards that area, not far from the Harlem area, and heading into Dawson and Malta, Montana, as we head into the evening hours. Otherwise, look how quiet things are in the lower 48 until you get into the Central Plains. A line of storms from, Indianapolis and points north all the way through the northern plains of Arkansas and the Boot Hill of Missouri. Looks like a couple of stout storms there. That pink, by the way, that says on Hutch's radar that we could even have some hail in them there storms. Keep my sponsors in mind. There's a whole line of them right here at KAJ Hospitality. Do you have relatives coming to visit you in Fargo this weekend? Give my friends at KAJ Hospitality a call today. They have multiple properties in town that can meet the need for you. And hey, if you're planning a big event, be it a company meeting or maybe it's a wedding, give them a call and they can hook you up with what you need to know about getting that done in style. All right, that's a look at hutchesweather.com. And one of the most important things is at the bottom. And that's where you can upload your photos, your viewer photos, your videos of the fun you have this weekend. I'm particularly interested if you see any colors out there. And oh yes, by the way, I announced, a little over a week ago that Hutch's Weather Kid is getting geared up to have a great season. And it's proudly presented by my friends at Luther Family Ford. So you can go to this button to sign up online, or you can swing into Luther Family Ford anytime. Get signed up. We need kids out there to help Hutch figure out this wild weather that we're having. But for now, I'm meteorologist Hutch Johnson. I appreciate your support. I appreciate you passing the fine word that I'm out here. Hey, click the follow button on Facebook. And I'd love to have you, if you're watching on YouTube, hit the subscribe button. And anytime, no matter where you are, you can check out hutchesweather.com for the latest and upload your photos and videos right from your mobile device. Have a wonderful Friday evening. I'll check back with the track and trajectory of those storms out west a little later.